Well, so far you've learned quite a bit about the beautiful outside of our car and some of the convenient storage areas that you'll be finding very useful. But let's talk about the inside of the car. There are certain features about the inside of the car which are important to those who are seeking an accurate car. Also, there are ergonomic features that you don't find on other cars which we'd like to point out to you. Let's begin with the door panels. Here the door panels are, as you can see, properly upholstered with map pockets, leather wrap, pull handle, and also release handle. Down below you'll see that there is square weave carpet as was found in all original 356A Porsches. The map pockets and storage continues forward as it was on the original car. You'll also see the optional cocoa mats, which come in various colors, which people find quite useful. Your pedal assemblies and your shifter. Notice also that the tunnel that runs along the middle of the car is not the Volkswagen style, which is higher and wider. This is the properly sized tunnel that is found on the original cars. Sitting on top of that is a nice cup holder for those who like to have a warm or cold beverage while enjoying their car. A safety feature which is unique to this car is 3-point retractable seatbelt. The significance of this is obvious, but the importance of how it's installed is not so obvious. This car has been provided with a steel structure welded to the frame to give 3-point welded connection points for the seat belts. Impacts generate up to 25 G loads. Your anchor ports have got to be able to take that. An adjustable headrest is also a nice safety feature. Let's look at the dash and its controls. The first thing you notice is an air conditioning outlet, which is for those cars that do have air conditioning. Down below, the heater air conditioner plenum is also vented to throw hot or cold air on the floor, or a combination of on the floor and through these vents. You'll also notice that you've got very large and long plenum-fed defroster slots. These defroster slots deliver a lot of air, high volume, can be heated or it can be chilled as needed to remove frost or condensation from early damp morning drives. The wiper control is a 2-speed cable activated windshield washer control as well. Next to that is the key, which is part of the immobilizer system found on all Subarus, which is an anti-theft device which requires a chipped key in order to be able to activate any aspects of the car for mobilization. Down below that, somewhat hidden, are the heat and air conditioning controls and fan speed controls in order to keep the very attractive, sleek look of the Speedster dash as it was intended to be. You'll notice also there is a wood rim Motorita style steering wheel, which is standard on our car. Let's talk about the gauges. The gauges are replica gauges. As you'll see, there is a speedometer with an odometer and a trip odometer. There is a tachometer, and there is a very important gauge that gives you all of the safety considerations for operating the car. Notice on the temperature gauge that there's a full sweep from white to red. There's also a temporary white bar in the middle of the gauge, which is installed by us to indicate to the new owner what the proper operating range is for the car. It will vary either side of that slightly depending upon the temperature of the day, the speed of the car, the hill climbing, etc. But one thing is for sure, when that needle gets over to the red dot here, like your daddy taught you when you were 14 years old learning how to drive, when the needle touches that red, you're probably going to need a head gasket. Down below are 3 indicator lights that are red and 1 blue. The one to the left is the oil pressure, the one next to it is the alternator charge, and the important one is this red one here next to the blue light, which is the check engine light, just like you have on your modern cars. if you find yourself riding with your needle on that red for any period of time, and this light comes on, you've moved into the next level of concern, and that is you are probably not going to need a head gasket. When that light comes on, you're most definitely going to need a head gasket because you've exceeded Subaru's limitations. But there's one further step. Subaru doesn't leave you out there hanging. When that light starts flashing, the check engine light, that means you have exceeded all design limits, and you have exceeded the limitations of the engine's capability, and you are more than likely going to have to replace the engine because of excessive damage done. So, just like your daddy taught you when he was teaching you how to drive, daddy was right then, he's right now. Observe your gauges, observe the lights, and take necessary action when it occurs. And down below that, of course, is your fuel level. High beam indicator light is actuated by the button on the end of the stalk. And down below that you see, for speedsters only, there's a console for the radio, which can be flipped up and hidden. The actual radio is hidden in the upper part of the dash. That, once again, to keep the dash clean, to keep that speedster look. The convertible top is equipped with 3 latches. Not 2, as most speedster people put on, but 3. The only way you can keep this header sealed to the windshield is with 3 latches. Inside the windshield header is a resilient seal, which is compressed to give you sealing against the windshield frame itself. That further enhances the weatherproofness of the car, which we will talk about in another subsequent video. The adjustable dash mirror is also supported by 2 outside adjustable door mirrors. So there you are. Ergonomics, safety, maintenance, visibility, weatherproofness. Speedster, Specialty Autosports 356A Porsche Speedster Replica.